On July 27, 2025, Russia launched a powerful attack from a Ukrainian military base they had captured years earlier. The assault included 50 tanks, 30 armored vehicles, and 70 suicide drones. Advancing in a high-tech blitzkrieg designed to smash through Ukrainian defenses, but Russia had no idea that Ukraine had been watching and waiting. As their armored column advanced, they rolled straight into a 3-square-mile minefield filled with over 4,200 anti-tank mines. The trap nearly backfired when a Ukrainian resupply truck almost drove into the minefield, but a last-second drone operator's warning saved the plan. At 6:40 a.m., satellite imagery revealed the Russian spearhead moving out from former Ukrainian bases in Donetsk. Territory held since early 2023, this was in TA reconnaissance patrol. It was an invasion force. 50 T-90 tanks, 30 troop carriers, and 700 infantry, supported by 70 suicide drones. Each drone carried high-explosive warheads designed to detonate on impact, clearing corridors of destruction for the armor behind them. If jammed or intercepted, the drones were programmed to self-destruct, treating their loss as expendable. For the first time since 2022, Russia deployed a fully integrated mechanized assault, combining armor, infantry, and loitering munitions. The estimated cost of this single offensive exceeded $350 million in vehicles, drones, and munitions. Ukraine, however, had set a deadly trap. The 93rd Mechanized Brigade, under General Mykola Shevchenko, transformed farmland into a minefield hell zone. Mines were buried in staggered formations, with narrow, safe passageways designed to lure Russian drivers into dead ends. Within minutes of entering the zone, 17 Russian tanks were destroyed, their turrets blown into the air. Ukrainian UAVs monitored the battlefield in real time, activating mines electronically at the perfect moment. Yet danger loomed. One Ukrainian truck nearly triggered the field from the wrong side, which would have destroyed their own defenses. Only a quick radio warning prevented disaster. By 7:15 a.m., Ukraine launched its second wave. The 12th Armored Assault Battalion surged forward with 32 T-84 Oplet tanks, artillery units, and anti-air platforms. They hit the stunned Russian spearhead with precision, knocking out 9 more tanks in just 90 seconds. Above, Russian suicide drones dived at Ukrainian armor. But Shoal 6 rotary cannons capable of firing 4,000 rounds per minute tore them apart. In under 4 minutes, 47 drones were shot down, while the rest were jammed by electronic warfare systems. Ukrainian howitzers then targeted Russian retreat paths, blasting supply vehicles and medics caught in the chaos. By 7:31 a.m., less than 20 minutes after the attack began, the entire front line flipped. Russia's armored advance collapsed, and Ukraine pressed forward. Drone footage revealed a Russian command vehicle transmitting encrypted orders, and Ukraine prepared its next strike. At 7:35 a.m., Operation Frosthook began. Over 850 Ukrainian infantry sharpshooters, anti-armor specialists, and electronic warfare teams rose from hidden trenches and ambushed the disoriented Russian infantry. RPG-29 volleys destroyed command trucks and APCs while snipers eliminated squad leaders. In just minutes, over 110 Russian soldiers were killed, and the rest scattered in panic. Retreat was impossible. Ukraine's airborne scouts had flanked the Russians hours earlier, cutting off escape routes. When Russian soldiers fled, they ran directly into ambushes. Among the chaos, Ukrainian troops captured Colonel Viktor Sionovich, commander of Russia's 42nd Armored Regiment. He was disguised as a wounded conscript, but betrayed by his pristine officer's gear. On him, Ukraine found encrypted drives and battle plans for the next 72 hours. Priceless intelligence breakthrough. By 8:05 a.m., just 85 minutes after the attack began, Russia's offensive was shattered. 42 armored vehicles destroyed, 200 soldiers dead or captured, and their commanding officer in Ukrainian hands. What was meant to be Moscow's boldest push in months had become its worst defeat since the early days of the war. Western analysts were stunned, while Russian command went silent. Behind the wreckage, one striking photo emerged: a Ukrainian soldier offering water to a terrified 19-year-old Russian conscript. It reminded the world that beneath the firepower, this was still a war fought by human beings. Retired U.S. General Marcus Holloway later remarked, "This wasn't just a military victory. Ukraine didn't win because they had more weapons. They won because they had more wisdom." Ukraine had allowed Russia to overextend, then struck with discipline, terrain mastery, and precision. Instead of vengeance, they showed restraint, even treating enemy wounded. In just 85 minutes, Ukraine turned Russia's most expensive gamble into a historic catastrophe. Over $350 million in assets were lost. A regimental commander was captured, and Moscow's aura of dominance was shattered. But beyond the battlefield, Ukraine proved something greater. That true strength isn't just firepower, it's purpose. It's wisdom and the humanity to fight with dignity even in the darkest hours.